Well, hello, and thank you for joining me for another Alex on Tech and ITY TV video interview. I'm joined today by Thomas Pfiester. He's the head of customer engagement and adoption, and also a member of the extended board of SAP. Thomas, you're in Sydney, and you've just spent part of the day at SAP Connect, Data and IT Australia and New Zealand, and the theme was unifying and connecting data, apps and AI, so complexity is turned into agility, which is very cool. And Thomas, you've joined me to discuss how organizations are accelerating transformation and extracting measurable value from enterprise technology investments. So, welcome to the program.
Thank you so much for having me. Great to be here.
Yeah, thank you for taking the time. I know it's a long day and I really appreciate it. Now, Thomas, before we go further, can you please recap SAP's mission and the value that you bring to customers globally in 2026?
So basically, you talked about this. Now in 2026, what we want to do is we want to really double down on the flywheel, which is technically data, application, and AI. Because the way we look at our customers is, of course, they have SAP applications, they have an infrastructure, and they have an entire SAP estate, SAP, non-SAP, and with that, they generate data. Now, what we have done is now we infused AI in SAP applications, in all of them embedded in the business processes, and they generate additional data. So with that, the flywheel goes spinning, because as more data you produce, as more the language model will operate, as more data you produce, and that's on the application layer. So in a way, what you see is, in 2026, we really want to make this work, that our customers, while producing the data, benefit on the AI on top of it.
Yeah, and when I was at SAP's event in Las Vegas, last year in October, which is already 6 months ago. It's amazing how time flies.
Yeah.
I mean, you had deeply embedded AI agents into your systems back then. It was very impressive to see. And clearly that work must have continued and is even more embedded now. And you had 6 months of customer feedback to improvement. So what's the version of how that's going?
I think what our customers really are asking us today, and they didn't hold us on that really accountable, is to make it easy for them to consume AI. To really switch it on like a function and feature, right? Because I mean, one thing is the technology, but the real part is, technology is the opportunity, and it's the opportunity to generate an outcome. But really, the adoption of the technology is where you generate the value. So what our customers are really asking us for, specifically also after all the different announcements we did on Connect in Vegas, is how SAP can help us to faster adopt AI, to really capture the value out of their investments into our applications and in the embedded AI out of that.
Now, this morning, your keynote was titled From Services to Strategy, Driving Real-World Business Outcomes. So you outlined several changes to SAP's services and support portfolio. So what are the most important changes that customers should understand?
Yeah, and I think this goes exactly back to your previous question. When we look at the service support portfolio, we really made it cloud enabled. We moved from a product company where our portfolio was really focusing on operations of the IT systems into a cloud company, now being an AI company. So that means our service portfolio has to go in the same evolution. So now the portfolio is layered in 3 tiers: Foundation, Advanced, and Max. And in these layers, we have embedded AI from an activation, adoption perspective I just talked about, and also AI as tools. Going to the adoption part of it, if you look at the advanced success plan, which you can really get into your entitlements with your cloud subscriptions, there you have unlimited possibilities to enable the AI use cases in your subscriptions, right? And with that, we can help our customers to not only have the opportunity to use AI based on their investments into our solutions and in AI, but really with the success plans to unlock them. And this goes on the different levels.
So what prompted SAP to evolve the services and support portfolio now? And what has changed in the market or in customer landscapes that has made this necessary?
So look, I think the evolution, as I said, comes naturally with the evolution of our software. You want to make sure that the services you provide as an enterprise software provider aligns with the software you provide. In the past, there was a lot of configuration services, development services we provided to our customers. We and our partners, by the way, when we talk about services, we always talk about ourselves, but also the ecosystem, which is our partners. Now, what our customers are looking for today, and this is also because the software is easier to implement nowadays.
Yeah.
There's a lot of possibilities to generate code automatically with tools like Tool for Developers, and we have Tool for Consultants to help to configure SAP systems in line with SAP best practice. So the portfolio really now should help you to benefit with incremental services to activate rather than implement, because the features are available in the software. It's no longer implementing it, it's rather activating it. Because that's what cloud about, is to make it easy to consume and easy to activate, that for customers also the cost of implementation goes down. So if you combine now the portfolio together with a product, what we can generate is a faster time to value of our customers. So that really was driving us, because see, what our customers are looking for, they don't buy products anymore. You know, our customers,
They want solutions.
They want solutions, they want outcomes.
Yeah.
It's really not so much, you know, I want feature A, B, C, D. Yeah. I want to get N number of purchase order processed in N time, right? And it's really on the outcome to get faster business value for them, because they all face also the challenges, and I talked about this today as well, that they have to transform faster, to be faster, also to adapt themselves.
Yeah, absolutely. So solving pain points is what companies do, and customers often discover new ones.
Yeah.
You know, and they want to use your products and services in ways that you probably didn't imagine, but you know, customers always come up with interesting things. So with that, what problems are customers telling you that they need help solving that these changes address?
So I think one of the biggest pain points we hear from our customers when we talk about modernization of their landscapes to be future ready, so to say, is the technical depth. I mean, there's a lot of customizations in our customer environments, and probably for good reasons. In the moment, those customizations were built.
Yeah.
But now the business processes have evolved. Business processes have standardized. There's much more transparency in business processes, and there's a need to run business processes faster versus years ago, just to be able to also to come faster to the outcome and to be more effective and more efficient. So what really hinders our customers very often also to consume innovation is the technical depth. It's these extensions that were built on the systems, are all these custom integrations which are built on the system. And that's even more important and more concerning, is the multi-data landscape they have today, because AI runs on data. And if your data is not harmonized, if your data is not in sync, AI starts hallucinating. So therefore, what we have seen is one of the biggest challenges customers come to us today is help us to remove our technical depth and to harmonize our data. And this is where the clean core strategy from SAP comes into play. So we have built 5 principles on clean core, which is extensibility, which is integration, which is data, then processes, because it all starts with the processes, and then it's operations, because another thing is you can get the core clean. Yeah, you can clean your household, but if you don't keep tidying up here, it gets dirty again. It's the same with your codings, right? We can help our customers to get to a clean core, but then we have to help them also to set up the operations within their own environment to maintain a clean core going forward. Because why clean core is so important, it reduces upgrade cycles. Why reduction of upgrade cycles are so important is because you're gonna need to innovate faster. And if you, let's face it, right? If you have to run a 6-12 months upgrade just to get the latest innovation in, you won't upgrade, you won't innovate. So therefore, the biggest ask of our customers today is help us to remove our technical debt to be able to innovate faster. And this is where we're building on with our service support portfolio, and we're building this together with our ecosystem, which has also their own tools, their own methodologies to drive clean core.
And you talk about business processes. Is SAP also doing process mining to help to really define what those processes are and streamline them?
I mean, we have our business process tool, which is part of our business transformation management suite, which is Signavio, which has business process mining capabilities. But more than that, right? What Signavio does is it helps you to capture your processes today, even with AI, automatically. Yes, and it helps you then to benchmark those processes to standardization against our SAP best practice models, which is part of Signavio, and also to help automate those processes with AI. So we can even now with Signavio model in where AI can help you really to improve your process. And there's process mining. And more than that, it's part of the business transformation management suite. We call it the integrated tool chain. Now what we have done is we have integrated our process modeling, process mining tool Signavio with our enterprise architecture tool, LeanIX, which also has AI capabilities in, with our cloud application lifecycle management, and then our digital adoption platform, WalkMe. So technically, when I talk about speed of transformation, this integration of those different tools helps our customers to reduce significantly the cost and time of transformation. And this is what they ask us for, reducing technical depths and help them to accelerate the transformation to have a faster time to value.
Yeah, and that's important because over the past 10 years, I've heard of many of these digital transformation projects, continuous transformation, but the fact is people have been doing digital transformation for decades, and sometimes people go through a process and it's out of date before they're finished and they're on to the next one. So now we have the power of AI to help us speed everything up and truly understand where we are in this phase. And I guess the continuous transformation never stops, right? It's always getting better and better. Now, one of the questions I wanted to know is what's one of the most interesting challenges that your customers have brought for you to solve, and were you able to solve it in a novel way with the help of AI?
I mean, and I touched upon it briefly. I think today, one of the biggest concerns, besides really the technical depth there and the time of transformation, is data. And this was also the event today about, right? It was about data and AI.
Yeah, I mean, data is the most important thing. Without that, you've got no foundation.
And I talked about this, right? I mean, AI is going to hallucinate if the data is not right. And see, we always talk about the success of agents and AI right now. We talk about, vibe coding, no code AI, where you can really generate code. But let's also be honest. I mean, code generation, it's a very well structured task. Code is very well designed, it's documented. And if it's not documented, you can really re-engineer out of the code a documentation. When it comes to, what's more tricky is if you look at a business process. We go on different applications, different data sources. I mean, even the master data very often didn't match. Now you want an agent to orchestrate this process end to end. So data and data consistency and the semantic data layer matters. So what we have done is, to your point, what we have done is to help our customers to solve this problem is with Business Data Cloud. Because what we have done is now we have embedded SAP and non-SAP data sources together with our partners. We opened up for Palantir, for AWS, for Google BigQuery, of course Databricks, Snowflake, to really bring SAP data and non-SAP data together in a semantic layer in data products. And then on top, you can run your AI to really overcome this data challenge in all the different source systems and to make really use of SAP Business Data Cloud to bring this together on one layer. And then you can run AI agents across, and those AI agents can then run, again, domain specific. You can have an agent for HR. You can have an agent for supply chain. And these agents will operate not only on SAP data, they operate end to end on all your data in your enterprise. And that's really, I think, where we in SAP have given our customers and also new SAP customers the possibility to have AI on top on cross their enterprise applications.
So how should customers expect these changes to improve their experience of working with SAP from implementation through to ongoing operations?
I mean, it's another thing, right? I mean, when we started with Rise with SAP a couple of years ago, I mean, first of all, it was business transformation as a service. It's not about just, modernizing your IT systems to move from on-premise into the cloud. We really want to give our customers an end-to-end operation across their core system. This is what Rise with SAP is about. And with that also, we introduced to our customers various customer engagement roles, right? Where we are with customers, with them on the journey, right? Because what is important is you want to be with your customer at each step on the transformation journey. So we invested in enterprise architects. As a matter of fact, we have enterprise architect capabilities, and we provide them as part of Rise to all of our Rise customers to help them really to do the transformation roadmap, to help them really to do the innovation roadmap. So that's one thing. The other thing is the engagement model with SAP, again, talking about the service and support portfolio, has been simplified because in the past, with the previous current portfolio or the legacy portfolio, so to say, you had different customer engagement roles per portfolio item. Now, with the success plans, Foundation, Advanced, and Max, you have really dedicated one customer representative to help you navigate through the different layers of the portfolio, to help you to get the right services you need at the right time for your transformation. So simplification of customer engagement is a key part of the portfolio and our engagement across the cloud transformation with our customers.
Without giving me your final message, because I'll ask you that in a moment, what are a couple of things that people watching, listening or reading should know about SAP in 2026 that we haven't already discussed?
So I believe what really is important that in 2026, SAP is really standing for business transformation and agentic transformation. And what do I mean with that? Really, when we think about now, how do you run your business in the future? And we talk about AI. There's AI as a UI, which is Joule, and Joule is everywhere right now.
Yep.
Then there's AI embedded in your business processes. We have more than 400 embedded AI use cases. And then there's what we call industry AI, where we can really help customers to build differentiating AI use cases. So really, we have now 3 different entry points to our customers to make their AI roadmap and their AI strategy real on the UI side, on the business process side, and really on the differentiating value creation side, where we really have large impacts on top and bottom line of our customers. So I believe that's really what is important for our customers, to really also come back to SAP and ask us to help them to navigate around these 3 dimensions of AI going forward in 2026.
And I've got to say, agentic transformation, that's the first time I've heard that, but that's very cool.
Yeah, I mean, that's the way I think I look at it, and I think the industry is going to look at this, because, I mean, at the end, we will have a coexistence between human workforce and agentic workforce, and we need to now transform in this agentic layer. We call it the agentic transformation.
Now, as we get towards the end of the interview, I always like to ask a couple of personal questions.
Yeah.
The first of which is, could you please share a memory of your first personal computer?
My first personal computer. Well, I mean, the first memory is gaming, of course, because I mean, as many of us, we start engaging with gaming.
Yeah.
Now, I mean, there's maybe some people watching this which are younger than me and you. When they think about gaming, they think about a lot of graphic, and nice sounds. I mean, when I was gaming with my Commodore 64, it was very, very basic.
Yeah.
It was really just moving, just balls around. Pac-Man was already next level. So I did a lot of gaming, and I started programming games, because that's how we started programming in my age. And we start programming games to have really actually games. We could not just buy games, you had to really program the code.
Yeah, also had to get the magazines and type in the things from the...
That's my first memories. And of course, waiting for the floppy disks to run. I mean, that's probably the waiting time.
Well, the tape was slow.
Yeah.
I mean, the disc was fast.
Yeah,
but compared to today, it was such a long time to wait.
And of course, the evolution came with the internet, and we can go over and over. But I mean, first memories are really gaming and learning to code based on games.
And do you think that's what led you into being in technology today? That background?
100%.
Well, same for me. Now, my second last question is to ask if you could please share some of the best advice you've received in life to help you get where you are today.
Well, I mean, always being curious and always go out of the comfort zone, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I believe that, I mean, that's a personal question you asked me, right? I believe that staying in the comfort zone is like staying in an area with missed opportunity.
Yeah.
So you always have to stretch yourself, I believe in growth mindset, always see, effort is really a mastery for you to get better. And that's why I believe, taking growth mindset as one of your North Stars will help you. It doesn't matter what you do to get to a better yourself and also to be successful in your career.
Yeah. So what is your final message for the viewers, listeners, and the readers?
First and foremost, thanks for having this conversation with you. It's great to be here in Australia. And I mean, as I said, go to be a technology advocate, go and force on AI and push on AI, because I think that's really the new normal we go to. Use AI everywhere. I do it, and then we will see how this goes.
Well, Thomas Pfiester, the head of customer engagement and adoption and board member of SAP, thank you so much for taking the time. I wish you the best of success, and I do hope we can speak again in the future.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye-bye.